Hello, this is Neil. A while back ago, someone asked me to do, well, how would you draw someone like riding a bike? And I think this was similar to, the topic of drawing dead girls and sleeping girls. It's a similar topic in that you want to draw the people. I'm gonna move this here. You want to draw the people in the sense that the weight distribution is being pulled by gravity and so forth. And so a lot of the same principles I just talked about in the other video about how to draw dead girls and sleeping girls kind of applies to drawing anyone in any position where gravity is really going to be affecting the person, how they're pushing into the objects and the objects are pushing back into them. Just keep in mind to remember that as you draw this person on the bike, the person's will be driving into the bike and the bike's going to be driving back into them. So for every action there's an opposite and equal reaction. Let's say we want to draw this person on this bike, but we want to draw him kind of going uphill a little bit, so the bike's going uphill just a bit here, and he's going to be kind of standing on the bike. And so I'm actually going to need to put the pedal here, and I'll just, kind of just draw that where I know the pedal is going to be there. And the other pedal is going to be back, obviously opposite of this pedal, and it's going to be back down here somewhere like so in the background. Right, so I want to draw the person kind of standing up like so, because they're really trying to get all that weight to push on this bike. And I want to draw first is the foot, and they're going to be on their tippy toes, right? So I'm going to draw the kind of tippy toe part of their foot, the ball of the foot here, as it's called, and then the heel of the foot back here, like so. And drawing, the feet first, I think is a real big help, and also drawing the hands first will help as well. The other one is also going to be on the ball of its foot, and it's going to have, its toe kind of up like that, or his toe. Then the next thing I want to do is I want to kind of draw the person leaning. A lot of the weight is leaning forward because that's typically how it is. And this just takes, looking at references, watch people ride a bike, to know like, well, how is the person going to be, where are they going to be leaning and stuff like that. The butt might even be a little bit higher. And then from this part, once you know where the hands are going to be, one hand is going to be here because he's going to be holding the top part instead of down there as he's going uphill, like so. And then the other hand will be back over there. We won't really be able to see it. It's going to be on like that. We might be able to see some of the under part of the fingers coming up like that. Then draw where you're going to need the shoulder. And putting these landmarks in first really helps, I think, makes it easier to draw the character and everything in the position. Now you can start thinking about gravity and stuff. So where is a lot of his weight then? A lot of the weight distribution, he's going to be pushing a lot of his weight this way. So since he's kind of hanging over the handlebars, a lot of his weight is going to be pushing down here, which means he's going to have to stabilize himself with his arms and his legs. So a lot of the weight is going to be on the weight he's pushing, but the leg he's pushing with this leg here. So this is the leg he's going to be pushing with. So a lot of the weight is going to be on this leg here as he's pushing. And gravity is going to really be pushing up on that foot then because he's pushing down on this pedal. This pedal's pushing back up. That force is going to ripple all through his legs and cause all of them to flex and change. So you want to keep that in mind. The leg in the background is just going to be kind of coming, down this way, and then it's going to be more relaxed. But a lot of the weight's going to be in his arms too. So because he's pushing on the handlebars, and the handlebars are pushing back up, causing all of his arm to flex. So I'm going to just kind of draw the general mark of the arm. I know about the lengths I need. So once you know where the hand is and where the shoulder is, it's easy to connect. You know how long everything has to be. It could be foreshortened a bit too if it's coming out at us. And in that back one, we're not really going to be able to see so much. I'm going to kind of draw his chest in here, kind of like in this here, and then I need to draw that shoulder. Not really going to pay so much attention to anatomy and stuff, just trying to capture the weight of the form and everything first, like so. Kind of draw his head out here, so he's going to be kind of like this. The neck back there. I can have some of his back. Let's see here. I could actually really just kind of almost, well, not so, I was going to kind of exaggerate, make it kind of bent out, but I'll make it more kind of straight, and then just kind of round off a little bit here to his butt. So I need to make this forward leg here. This is the forward leg, the one here, and So he's really driving all his weight in here. I'm going to kind of think about where the knee needs to be, probably right about here, and really have him flexing this leg. So I'm going to have the muscles really come out right here. And then he'll have his knee, which is going to be, kind of think of the knee as like there's the top surface, and that surface. Like there's three angles to the knee. I don't know, it helps me when drawing the knees. I really want this leg, this part right here is really going to be strained. And kind of bring that there. And actually that's not quite right, I don't think. So I want that ligament to really show where it's stretching, and then kind of show part of the knee there. And I could also, erase some of the bike underneath here so that it's easier to see when I need to, but I don't need to erase any of it yet. Draw through the character. You'd kind of see part of that knee, and then that ligament being stretched. This whole leg is more in a relaxed, stretched state. And his knee might actually, his knee will probably be a little bit higher than that, so just a little bit, not much. My proportions are off a little bit there, something more like that. That looks about right. Then I can start pulling that calf down. All that's being stretched. Just kind of put some lines in that leg because it's all in the background there. Right, so now you have this whole gesture line. It's all kind of pulling forward, and you can kind of get that sense and feel of that character pulling forward. This arm is going to be kind of like this elbow might look a little bit lower because it's that part of his body's lower. And we might just see part of the arm back there like that. So there we go. Okay, so that's pretty much all there is to it. And then if he has any hair, it's all going to be being pulled back just a bit by the wind. And so you can start, adding in all the other stuff and everything if you want to. And I don't see a point adding any more detail to that. I think I'm just going to keep it at that. And so remember what we did here then is we really pushed up on this foot here. All the weight is really pushing into that foot. We really want to show that by bringing that momentum back up through the leg, really flex that leg there, show the muscles, show the tendon really flexing here because he's really, driving all his weight into this leg, really pushing himself. We want to show this other outer muscle here if he has shorts on, whatever, show that muscle flexing and stuff. Show his triceps back here flexing. So you'd have that tricep flexing. All this right here, this ligament, and all this is going to be flexing. You want to show all that. And so you'd have that kind of, that curved muscle there, which wraps back around on the other side of the arm. But all that's important to show. Show that middle line right there in his arm, right here. That's all flexing and stuff too. So that's, and then really show him driving forward, and there you go. And that should have a convincing. Oops, that's not what I want. I wanted to go to the bike and then just kind of erase what was under here. Just so that leg can, and maybe erase some of the handlebar there. You can really see. So there you go. Now it looks like he's on the bike and riding forward. Of course, some of this looks kind of funny. I can, made his knee too big and stuff, so I'd have to change that, make the knee much smaller. But I don't want to go through and try to perfect all this. I just want to kind of get the general idea to keep the tutorial short. But I can easily use this now and draw all over that and develop a nice looking drawing. All right, so let's say we have a different kind of bike here, and this will be more of a relaxed person, and most of their weight is going to be on the seat, on their butt. And so it's a little different because now all the weight is going to be kind of coming down like so, and it's all going to be centered right here on her butt. And so the first thing you're going to do when you draw this leg coming out is you can really draw that butt being flattened out and then coming up and around. And then you can kind of draw the body coming up here. Chest is going to be, she's really relaxed up here. And then this shoulder and shoulder blade kind of be coming out, and then you kind of show the shoulder. and you could, you know, draw it with the proper shape and everything. I'm not going to do all that. Um, this bike is weird, and normally the handlebars I don't think would be that close to the seat. I just took this really quick off of Google. So I don't know, I'm trying to think what I can do to just kind of change it really fast or something. I'm just going to change this really quick and pretend the bike looks different, because it really should look different. I'm just gonna, the whole bike's gonna look weird and different, like it's not supposed to be here or whatever. And I'm gonna just change the handlebars completely and make it as if the handlebars are supposed to be down here. So let's say, I don't know, I'm trying to figure out where the handlebars should be. Seat handlebar ratio, it should probably be more like out here somewhere, something like that. I could just like quickly draw the bike too, but oh well. Right, I'm running out of time here. So I'm going to draw her hands on here first. And so she'd have like these kind of, you know, loose grip. And her hand would kind of come up like that. And her fingers would be going around there. You wouldn't see her thumb be on the other side. This hand you'd kind of see part of her thumb. And maybe kind of her thumb's just kind of out in that hand. And then her fingers wrapping through. And let's see here. So she's kind of like that. And then that arm will be back over there somewhere with that other shoulder. Her neck, her face is coming somewhere in here. I could make her a little bit smaller. Maybe she's too big in general. No, I think it's working. Her breast is probably going to be up here more. So I can bring all this down like that. Right, so now you're going to have one leg. Most of, like I said, most of the weight is all right here on the butt, so that's why you really want to flatten out that butt. And if she's kind of a thicker person, you can also put a little bit of rolls, because as this is being pushed down to the seat and affecting the seat, and all the seat will be pushed down upon if it had certain material, the seat pushes back up and pushes all this up back into the person. So you can really pull that hip up there, and then if she has like fat, you can kind of do a couple rolls right in here. You know, even if you probably can't see if she has clothes on, obviously, but get the idea. And let's see here. Let's pull this leg around. Put her knee right about here. And her weight isn't really on her legs at all. It's like I said, it's mostly all right there in her butt. So that's where you really wanted to focus on. And I'm going to have, see, I want this pedal up. So I want this pedal to be like right about here. So that other pedal is actually not going to be there. Might have to bring her leg up even higher. I guess I can make her other leg up and this one down. Anyway, the other pedal will be back there. The back pedal will be back there, and that leg is the leg that's coming down. So it's just like, kind of like coming down this way, and then, you know, down there, and then her foot, whatever. And this one, I want her foot here, so I need to think about how her legs gonna be. Her legs, this is like all wrong, but the bike is all wrong, I think. So what I'm going to do is put her foot here first, and it's just relaxed. It's just kind of kicking it. She's not really pedaling with her toes. She's kind of pedaling more with the middle of her foot, 'cause she's just relaxed, casual rider, like a beach cruiser. And now I need to put her leg up here more, probably right about here somewhere, and then bring the calf down. Oops. Actually, let's see here. Calf. Knee, so I can have her knee right about here. So that there we go. Something like that. That'll work for her leg. Erase all that up there. So something about like so. Right, so it's all starting to work now. Oops. I want to kind of have the face come out more like that. Then the back of the head. Anyway, you get the idea. So that leg is coming in the background there, way up there, and then the calf coming down, blah blah. Okay, and I'm just about out of time, and that kind of gives us an idea. and that arm, and you can see part of the shoulder or whatever, and that other hand coming over there. What's important then, and hopefully you kind of see this with these two demonstrations, is you really want to focus on how the person overall looks on the bike. How are they riding it? And then you want to think, okay, now that they're riding it like this, where's their weight going to be distributed? With the previous person, his weight was distributed on, this leg mostly, and these arms, because he's driving forward. He's really pedaling hard, so he's really pushing hard on that pedal. That's where most of his weight is, and he's pushing. She isn't really pushing anything necessarily, but her weight is pushing on this seat because she's kind of in this more relaxed state, and so you want to build the drawing out of all her weight really pushing on that center point, and everything else is kind of relaxed. So draw it accordingly. Draw the arms more relaxed, the legs more relaxed, and so forth. Right, thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed this. If you want more tutorials about this kind of stuff, because it is a very complex topic, let me know. I'll probably do one on like jumping or something, and how to really draw someone in the position of down and about to jump up. Thank you for watching.